Got it. Okay, I was missing the pledge pin. Turned out I didn't actually need to have a battle paddle. I thought I did, but it was the pledge pin. Anyway, now we're going to buy there it goes. 105 of these. Because I don't really need tequila grenades or anything. This was mildly tempting, but I'm like, I'm going to get a quest special one-handed club, and I dual wield, so why would I want a two-handed club? Anyway, we got tons of those. Okay. And you have to enter the final confrontation before you do so. Yes, I do so. It's all ready. Okay, so we read this a couple times ago when I was a vampire. Which do I attack? You realize this is the culmination of the hours you spent trying to influence. Ha 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 ha. Influence. Yes, that's what starting a war and slaughtering both armies is. Influence. What are you going to do? Okay. All right. Where is it? What's it called? Flare gun. Yes. You back up and address the guy and the man. Well, you say, smirking, looks like you two have everything figured out for a climactic battle, don't you? Shouted accusations, thunder, lightning, pouring rain. But you forgot one thing. And what would that be? Explosions! Giant explosions in slow motion! You say and fire your flare gun to the sky. You turn towards the cove and see distant flashes of light from the cannons of dozens of pirate ships. The sky fills with cannon bombs, which are like cannonballs, except they have fuses at one end. Which seems like a terrible thing, because what if it explodes in the cannon? One lands right next to you. You stare in horror as the fuse burns down, unable to move until the fuse burns down to the bomb itself. You shake yourself into action, run away from the explosion. No, you walk away slowly with your back turned and don't look back. As the explosion of the cannonball erupts in a billowing, mushrooming, orangey glory. Fortunately, it's a slow-motion bomb, magically enchanted to make the ensuing explosion happen so slowly that anyone could just barely outrun it and find shelter. You even have time to pick up an adorable puppy who is staring at the explosion, whimpering. Ah, Independence Day. You jump into a nearby ditch and duck for cover while the puppy voids its bladder on you, then scampers away. The airship flying the skull and bones rumbles by overhead, dumping an arbitrary huge payload of burning, exploding death onto the entire island. You keep your head low, wishing you had a desk to hide under, and wait for the airship until the airship thrums off into the distance. When you emerge from the ditch, both camps on the battlefield look like a post-apocalyptic nightmare, or certain neighborhoods of downtown Detroit. You find a stub of a pencil and charred piece of paper in the wreckage and write yourself a note. Note to self, never mess with the pirates. Seriously. I mess with the pirates all the time. Messing with pirates is fun. How do you think I got those flares? Somehow you're still aligned with hippies, but everyone else gave up their alignments. It's empty. There's no longer areas. It's just one area now. Greasy duck. Business is booming. What business? There's nothing left. Wander through a series of cave dwellings that used to be the frat house, marveling at how little things have changed. See a prehistoric frat boy marking cave paintings. He looks at you, points at the paintings, and grunts excitedly. Well, I think you have an eye for detail, but I don't think that caveman sorority girls have breasts that big. And I'm pretty sure they don't have 3 legs. Oh, wait, yeah, that's very mature. Caveman gestures his paintings again. looking annoyed and hefting his paddle. Don't come back until I've got 5 flies. Got it. And by the time we've reincarnated, we'll find that they've managed to build themselves all the way back up to the modern era, so that we can destroy them again. Keep them held down forever. Okay. Bonk. Just had to mess with the pirates. What do you think of all this? Congratulations, adventurer. You've managed to get both sides to wipe out each other. No, they didn't. I wiped them out, and then the pirates finished it off. No more stinky incense or sleazy pickup lines. And you've created a poignant metaphor of the futility of war. Don't worry, we're sure that last bit was an accident. Here you go, you're now a decorated war hero. Plus 11% item drop. That's pretty good. And meat. And 11 attributes for what that's worth. And we have access to the end game. Okay, hold on. No, wait. Late game. Wump. Okay, we're going to make a few changes to this. First, I do like this thing. This thing is nice, but I'm afraid that it is outdated. We're going to put on the new thing. And we need to get the... Okay, hold on. So, first of all, I can dual wield now. Well, actually a sleaze damage at plus 100 is pretty hard to argue with. So I'll equip the one-handed Weissel. And then in my other hand, I know I should probably be using a club, but we'll get the club soon. Actually, come to think of it, no, I'm going to go on and seal... Okay, I need a club. I need a club. Does this count? It's a 3-handed club? Well, I mean... This is a one-handed club. It kind of sucks, but, I mean, whatever. It'll work for now. I'll just equip that. Okay. And then my offhand weapon, I'm not allowed to equip the whistle as an offhander, so I'll just go with the hook spear. Okay, for pants, the pantaloons of hatred. Generates a lot of static electricity. And finally, where's my new... This. Yeah. As you can see, I favor having item percent up. Okay, so that's the main reason I wanted to play not a vampire. But we've also got another route of the sea with gladiators and a melee class like the seal clubbers seemed appropriate. And there's still a thing I've been meaning to do with the mansion, where every time I go, you know, the lightning strikes, the lights out. I need to get to the bottom of what that's all about. And just a couple other things here and there I want to do. Book, boot, boot. But first, before all else, I think it's not perfect, but it's good enough. We'll get through. I need my secret somewhere in here. There it is. Alright. It's time. Let's try this palm tree shelter. This wasn't here last time. Shading your eyes, you peer up at the top of the palm tree. There definitely seems to be some sort of hut up there. Hello up there! Good gracious! The beasts have learned to mimic the human tongue! A coconut is hurled down you, narrowly missing your head. Away with you, foul creature! I'll not be hoodwinked by the likes of you! Are you crazy? Do I look like a seal to you? A face appears among the palm fronds and peers down at you. I concede that you do not appear to be a seal, but they are deuced tricky creatures. It pays to exercise caution, you know. Well, I can't fault him. Oh, for the love of... I'm coming up. Very well, bring the coconut, will you? I can scarce afford to waste them. Grumbling, you pick up the coconut and shimmy up the tree. As you reach the top, the man cautiously takes your arm and helps pull you up into the hut, which appears to be a large wicker basket on its side, lashed to a tree with ropes and vines. The man adjusts his monocle and strokes his large handlebar mustache as he looks you up and down. Well, now, it does look as if you aren't a seal after all. They are quite unable to climb my tree with those flippers of theirs, though goodness knows they've tried. Sorry for the confusion, my dear. He takes the coconut from you and sets it in a palm frond basket as you glance around. Who are you? What are you doing here? Phineas T. Leytonstone, at your service. As to what I'm doing here, now that's a tale. Short version, please. Suffice it to say, I was on an airborne expedition in my handcrafted mini-zeppelin, the basket of which serves as my shelter here, you see. While passing over the island, I took a gamble on an attempt to catch a thermal draft from the volcano, but misjudged my descent. Fortunately, I was able to steer my craft sufficiently to crash into a tree rather than the ground, thus securing a reasonably safe location to serve as a base of operations while I repair the balloon. He gestures to a pile of leather scraps. I've been collecting hides and sinews from the seagulls that I catch, which should be sufficient to get me aloft once more, once I have a large enough quantity. He adjusts his monocle again. Now, quid pro quo and all that, what, pray tell, is your story? I'm here for the seals. They're the scourge of my homeland, and now their leader, the infernal hell seal, Gorgolok, has followed me to Loathing. It's time to settle the score. Good gracious, indeed. Oh, that is exciting. What is more, I believe our meeting may be of mutual benefit. How's that? Well, in my braver moments, fueled mainly by desperate weariness of the seagull and coconut-based diet, I have taken to brief and cautious prowls through the jungle for additional provisions. I have observed, from a safe distance, that the cave in which the adult seals make their lair is heavily guarded at the entrance. Even the mightiest warrior would surely be torn to shreds if she attempted a frontal assault, as it were. And, well, I've noted that their adult seals have a keen sense of smell. Their vision is rather poor, so given my expertise in leatherwork and the proper materials, I should be able to fashion you a costume that would mask your human smell while simultaneously bringing you near enough to the shape of a seal to fool their eyes. You would be able to bluff your way past the guards into the cave proper, where resistance should be rather severe. And what do you get out of this exchange? Simply you would bring me a few extra hides that I need than what is needed for the costume, with which I can complete repairs to my zeppelin. That sounds fair enough. All right, what's the deal? Excellent! Phineas shakes your hand with delight. Now then, I will need hides, of course, plus brains to tan them, and sinews for sewing. Shall we say, half a dozen of each? They will need to be fairly intact, so please avoid slashing the seals to ribbons and setting them on fire and such. Oh, and we need these materials from adult seals specifically. I thought you said the adult seals were in the cave. On occasion, some of the females will leave the cave to check on their young. Perhaps you can attract their attention somehow. All right, I'll see what I can... Splendid, and good luck hunting, my friend. Phineas gives you a cheerful wave as you climb down the tree. Well, so what I gathered from all that is I do not want to be doing prismatic damage, so I guess I'll take an unrequired jacket. This'll probably be fine, I think. Probably. Alright. I think I'm good. I think this will work. Alright. So, less interesting than all the slime mixtures, and I'm not going to have all those 100% boosts that really kicked ass as a sorcerer. You creep up to the rocky section of coastline where seal pups are frolicking, and regard them cautiously from behind a boulder. From behind a boulder, not a beholder. This may sound like cowardly behavior for a staunch northern barbarian, but please take into account the fact that frolicking in this context means gleeful and violently tearing the limbs off of and then disbowling any of their number that looks to be slightly weaker or inattentive. Generally, hellseal broods reduce themselves down to a tenth of the original population within the first few weeks after they develop their claws and fangs and leave the protection of their mothers. This leaves a small pack of extremely strong, fast, wily, and above all, violent seal pups, who are also intelligent enough to recognize the fact that if they manage to defeat one of their siblings, the fight would weaken them enough to make them easy prey for all the others. Thus, an uneasy truce develops, as well as a tendency to sleep with their eyes open, until it is time for them to leave the spawning grounds and stake out their own territories. This particular brood appears to be nearing that stage. Most of the pups are watching each other warily and growling when others get too close, and fights are breaking out only sporadically. Unfortunately, there's still quite a lot of pups here, meaning either the initial brood was astoundingly large, or the pups are all uncommonly strong. Since Gorgolok probably fathered all of them, either of these or both could well be the case. The upshot of all this is not somewhere to be shouting your battle cry and charging in, club upraised, without a damn good reason. Is weak. Young seal is nearly ready to leave the brood nest to be a big shark in its own pond instead of a piranha in a small... Alright, that metaphor ran off the rails really fast. What I'm getting at is, this tiny seal may not be as dangerous as a full-grown one, but is quite capable of tearing you a new orifice. No, it's not. It really isn't. Hell seal whisker. I don't really know what that's used for. I need the adult ones, though, to make a disguise, So, it's all females with Gorgolok, or whatever. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Then the pups. Oh, hey, look, Hellseal Claw. Don't know what to do with that either. No, really, I don't. It doesn't even say... It's worth 15 meat, and it doesn't say you can craft with it, so why does it exist? We may never know. Where's the mothers? Oh, wait a sec. Okay, hold on. I have the guide open, so I looked over. Okay, now I know. Okay, so what was it called? So we have to be horrific. We have to be terrible. We have to be almost as evil as the seals. Okay, hold on. Where is it? Where is the seal tooth? I got one. Where is it? We'll just keep going. Use a seal tooth. Where do you get the seal tooth? You know what? I'm lazy. Give me. Oh, hey, look, they do sell them. I was worried they wouldn't. I don't know, 40. Problem solved. Okay. You. Bonk. The hell seal gives an aggrieved shriek, raises its head, and emits a high screeching wail. There's a loud growling from somewhere nearby. Uh-oh. Okay. No mother showing up. Huh? Come on, game. There you go. Fine, you know what I can do? Darn, it only matters the first time. It's fine. Somehow I still have 40 of them? Am I not using them up? Huh. Well, okay, whatever. So, how long does this take? Oh, there it goes. Have you ever heard the adage, never get between a mother bear and her cubs? There's a similar one referring to Loathing hell seals, which goes, never get between a mother hell seal and her pups. And if you've been killing the pups in question, then I hope you have a stash of spare internal organs somewhere close at hand, and maybe a spare torso to put them in. Oh wow, that hits pretty good, but not nearly hard enough. Zero condition. I know what you mean, but I'm going to use this. I'm going to use... Okay, well... Alright. So I'm going to need... I don't need the whiskers. I need 6 sinews, 6 brains, and 5 more hides. And all I got was this out of it. I must have done it wrong somehow. I'm going to have to look this up and see if I can find a better way to go about it. There must be a better way to go about it. Alright, I think I've got enough. The stats that these things drop are just ridiculous. Anyway, I can put my shirt back on finally. I switched to a perforated battle paddle. Might as well use a two-hander, I figured. I suppose I could just keep using it for now. Alright. Back! No! Go away! I didn't mean it. Hey, you. Good show, Hadrix. Very well indeed. Phineas says, as you hand him the various seal parts you've collected, these should do just fine. Now, just give me a moment or 3, and I'll have you all ready for the masquerade, as it were. Do I need to go away for a few, minutes? No, not at all. Just stand there while I take your measurements. Do you dress to the left or the right? Oh, and hold these brains for a moment, will you? After a while, he holds out what is basically a large brown leather sack and grins broadly. Finished! Well, it's roughly seal-shaped, I suppose. Can't say it's very convincing, though. My friend, you aren't going to a masquerade ball. The seals have quite poor vision, remember? So the skies need not be visually perfect. But what's important is that you smell like one of them. It certainly does smell, I'll give you that. Precisely! I must begin work on the repairs to my balloon post-haste. Good luck to you, my friend, and don't hesitate to ask if there's anything else I can do for you. Is there anything else you can do for me? Well, not that I can think of, not as such. Oh wait, there is. He hands you a shiny metal seal figure, which turns out to be much heavier than it looks. I found this in the jungle near the cave. I was going to use it as ballast. Perhaps you could put it to a better purpose. Huh. Right, depleted uranium seal. I'll sort that out later. I know I keep going, later, but later. Alright, do I need to equip it? Do I need to equip the disguise? No, I don't. Okay. Don't worry worry about equipping it or anything. You don't plan to be wearing it any more than absolutely necessary. Okay. I end up with a lot of claws and whiskers. Guess I could turn them into cat food or something. Let me see. No, it needs to be over here, and then I need to scroll down here. Then I need to use secret tropical island volcano map. You creep through the cave entrance, put on your seal costume. It's like being in a leather sleeping bag that's used to store wet dogs. Sick wet dogs. Possibly dead wet dogs. Awkwardly, you shuffle into the cave. 3 large, fanged, red-eyed seals waddle over to you, growling deep in their throats. They squint at you and sniff you all over, then squint at you again. Finally, they make some sort of harumph noise and wander off. You waddle down the tunnel until you find a spot that's clear of seal guards and take off the costume. Which may sound like a poor idea, but seriously, if you hadn't, you would have suffocated and killed. It would have suffocated. If you hadn't, it would have been suffocation that killed you instead of hell seals. Weapon raised and jaw set firmly, you know your mission is nearly at an end. All you need to do is find Gorgolok and finish him once and for all, preferably without alerting the rest of the seals and having to fight your way through the entire cave. Suddenly a shout rings out. "Intruder! The bad one comes! Protect the cave! Protect your master! Kill the human! Rip and tear!" Ah, crap. Ooh, wow, tuxedo, nice. You know how in gangster movies they always have that bodyguard thug character? The big, beefy, bald guy with a broken nose and little piggy eyes and no neck, wearing a cheap suit and brass knuckles? This is basically the seal version of that guy. Ka-thump. Ka-thump. Why'd I even do the disguise? What was the point? Why? Why disguise myself? Why not just come up to the guards and just start doing this? It's easier than fighting out with the whole long quest and stuff. Less time consuming, too. Of course, their stats are Oh, hi, Gorgolok! The blood-curdling war, Gorgolok charges out of the darkened cave tunnel, his eyes glowing red with uncontrollable fury. "Stupid human, I'll kill you myself! Make you squeal like the stupid monkey you are. Your reign of terror is at an end, monster! Reign of terror only beginning, monkey! Reign of terror became thunderstorm after I finish with you. Get it?" And with that, the horror seal leaps at you, claws and fangs shining in the dim light. Yeah, nope. Land the final blow. He rears back. You'll never defeat me. You aren't paying attention, are you? I've defeated you twice. I'll show you true power. And with that, Gorgolok charges, waddles, but is a fast waddle, deeper into the cavern out of sight. How did he get away from me? Also, I now have his loincloth. Combat initiative plus 15, part of the legendary regalia of the Seal Crusher. There's probably equip that legendary epic weapon of yours. Oh, should I? Do I have to? Oh. What if I don't want to use it? Alright. Where is it? There's the stick with the nail in it, right? It's here somewhere, and all my junk. Oh, here it is. Alright, there you go. I got it. I suppose I'll just carry a meat magnet. I'll take the disturbing fanfic. Temperature steadily rises as you make your way deeper into Gorgolok's tunnel cave. Twists and turns. But fortunately, Gorgolok's shuffling waddle makes it an easy trail to follow. Soon, the cavern branches out into an almost glassy surface tunnel, obviously an ancient lava tube. Appears to be headed directly into the heart of the volcano. On reflection, now, this was inevitable. I mean, you can't have a final boss battle near a volcano. It would be like having a car chase where a fruit cart doesn't get knocked over, or fighting crime with a giant robot and never using rocket punch. So, yeah, I haven't forgotten this mess. Oh, what's this? Huh? Well, it moved me a few steps, but it doesn't seem to have done anything. Try again? So, this button doesn't work. For a second there, I was like, what? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. No. I learned my lesson. Attempting this back when. I learned my lesson on this. You know, I'm not making the mistake again. I'm just going to look up the answer. I'm man enough to admit it. I know when I'm beat. This is so long and circuitous. I should have started recording the moment I started on it. Oh dear, is this? Hold on. Do I go straight down one more, or do I go at the angle now? I think I go at the angle now. It's just so incredibly, like, how are you supposed to figure this out? I just don't get how you were supposed to figure something like this out. It's ridiculous. It should just be about reaching a certain stone at a certain timing in the sequence, but it ends up being this just mad thing. I remember I spent an incredible amount of time trying to solve this stubbornly, thinking it could be solved. I mean, apparently someone somewhere in the world figured them out. Okay, there. Alright. He'll leap from the final stepping stone out of the rocky island. I just want to point this out. Hold on. I mean, what the hell? Seriously. It should be more like you should be able to get into the sequence somewhere over here or something. This is just absurd. It's just wrong. Anyway, enough criticism. Let's continue. The central, well, only feature on the island is an ancient and weathered stone altar, inscribed with weakly glowing runes. Weakly? Oh. That stir strange feelings of recognition deep within you. Hampered by his flippers, Gorgolok is fumbling with some kind of oily black candle that you know instinctively is not an appropriate votive offering for this shrine. Quite the reverse, in fact. This is an ancient seal clubber shrine, you shout. I don't get why you're here, of all places, but more importantly, what the heck do you think you're doing to it? I thought that we were from the barbarian Northlands. Why is there one of your shrines down here? Gorgolok turns to you, its bloodshot eyes inflamed with hatred and madness. No more clubbings! Take power from this rock and destroy you, and the rest of you puny humans too. Oh, like hell you will. Bonk! Oh wow, it survived. Oh yeah, I'm using a crappy weapon. The final blow knocks Gorgolok off the edge of the island, and he scrabbles desperately at the rock with his flippers, trying to keep himself from falling in the boiling lava. What, your layers of blubber aren't enough to survive in lava? Pfft. What can you call yourself, a seal? He glares at you with hatred burning in his eyes. No, you not win! He falls backwards. Abavek, he screams, he tumbled backwards. Lord of Revenge, give me strength! He hits the lava with a glorp and vanishes beneath the surface. There is an ominous moment of silence. What, you created the coolest looking monster in the game and hid it down this one path? You didn't want every player to see this thing? The rocky island shudders beneath your feet as a tremendous rumbling shakes the cavern. An explosion of lava bursts from the fiery lake, and you cover your face to protect yourself from flying droplets of red-hot magma. Dramatic organ music fills the air as you slowly lower your hands and witness the monstrosity rise to the molten rock, wreathed in flames. Gorgolok levitates in the air, his skin burned black and red, and long claw-tipped tentacles sprout from his spine, writhing in the streaming haze. Not really writhing, they're more like bebopping up and down. Howling wordlessly in pain and fury, he swoops down at you, knocking you backwards. You hit the stone altar heavily and sit dazed as the demonic beast prepares to charge you again. There's a blinding flash of light and a chorus of heavenly voices in counterpoint to the ominous organ music. You watch mystified as your hammer of smiting transforms before your eyes, becoming an ancient short-handled sledgehammer. The iron head engraved with glowing runes of antiquity. As the light fades, the hammer rises into the air, pulling you to your feet. Now we have what we really came for. Gorgolok roars again, the only discernible word being destroy. One of the tentacles stabs the ground. The claw breaks off in the rock, but quickly regenerates. Then there's a low rumble, and with a tearing, splitting noise, long, bony spikes burst from the floor and shoot to the air, surrounding Gorgolok in a protective cage that shifts and whirls around him. Destroy! He hits me with the force of an oncoming train. My turn. You're dead. Oh, wow. You freeze the opponent with the chill of your homeland, dealing 0 damage. You deal 115 damage to one of the massive bone spikes. Oh, okay. Axial spear-like tentacles pierce the air, attempting to skewer you where you stand. You parry each one desperately, but one sneaks through your defenses and opens a large gash on your face. Well, I am going to use one of these. Okay, that's a little bit better. And then I'm going to try a smack thump. Gorgolok charges you, knocking you. Yep, I know. Smack thump. Smack thump. Smack thump. Smack thump. Negative 449 hit points. Well, if we're gonna finish this... Oh yeah, I could do static stock. No. I'm gonna use batter up. 5 gallons of fury. Make that Smash Brothers sound. I clicked. Step up to the plate, but you lose your nerve. This monster doesn't play you. What? Foo. I thought it would be cool. Fine, I shock him with my pants. Switch your pant legs together, build up a charge, then poke your opponent with your finger, momentarily shocking it into inaction. What? That's not what I expected at all. Alright, fine. We'll just use a big icy smack. Frost rhymes your eyebrows. So you club your foe for 115 cold. That didn't do enough. Bonk. Okay, seriously, you're at negative 722. What's it going to take? Bonk. I'm doing every kind of damage. What do you want from me? Surprise. Darn, stun resisted. Smack! Oh, hey, there you go. Finally, he just gave up the ghost. No, no! You cannot defeat me! I destroy you! With one final desperate leap, he throws himself at the stone altar. The ancient glyphs flare up with dazzling light, and the ancient shrine explodes. Aw, now my people don't have a shrine. You're thrown head over heels and land on your back on one of the floating stepping stones. Momentarily stunned, you can only watch as the entire mountain begins to shake. Huge boulders fall from the ceiling, sending gouts of lava spraying out of the lake. You recover your wits enough to get back on your feet and scramble to the tunnel entrance. Here's a quick look backwards. The center of the island is collapsed into the magma. Gorgolok is nowhere to be seen. You make your way through the cavern tunnels as quickly as you can, with the ground shaking under your feet and a wave of molten rock hot on your heels. Literally. The upper levels are full of hell seals, but in their confusion and panic, they hardly notice you. And you race out of the cave just ahead of the rock slide that buries the opening tower. Looking up, you see smoke pouring out the top of the volcano, but it and the earthquake soon subside. Looks like there's not going to be a full-scale eruption, luckily. Fleeing the underground tunnels was one thing, but you wouldn't have bet much on your chances of getting off this island alive if the entire thing had exploded. Battered and bruised, you make your way past the spawning ground where the baby seals' mothers and the few males to escape the collapsing tunnels are standing around bellowing in confusion. They too largely ignore you, and you collapse at the beach near your rowboat, panting for breath. Oh, it's part of the regalia here. 5 additional seal summons per day? Oh, instant karma. The heart of the volcano. A magnificent ruby the size of a grapefruit. It's warm in your hands and glows from deep within with a red flame that brings to mind primal fires of the planet's origins. If I told you the heart of the volcano was beating, then from what you've seen, you'd believe me. Okey-doke. My friend, how goes your quest? It's over. Gorgolok will never trouble my homeland again. I've destroyed him once and for all. Smashing! Congratulations, sir, in order indeed. What about you, Phineas? I thought you'd be out of here by now. Yes, well, as it happens, I totally forgot the fact that this mini Zeppelin of mine generates its lift not with simple heated air, but with hydrogen. A rather important detail, what? Fortunately, I've discovered that there's a species of crab native to the local beach which expels small amounts of hydrogen as a side effect of its digestion if you feed it bananas. There's the flap of a little balloon to show you a cage full of crabs inside, surrounded by banana peels. This is going to take a while, I'm afraid. Is there anything I can do to help? Thank you, my friend, but no, it is simply a matter of time. Actually, now that I think of it, there is something. I'm going to be stuck here for quite a while with nothing to do. If you bring me more seal hides, I can craft you some armor and other various goods. Something to do to keep my hands occupied while I wait. See, if you want hydrogen, it'd be a lot easier, or I guess I should say faster, to decompose water, because then you'll get hydrogen and oxygen. You can use electricity to do that. Or, you could just decide to use helium instead, which is less likely to explode, because you don't want your mini Zeppelin to go all Hindenburg on you, but, you know what? I'm just going to leave you with your burping crabs. I think it'll be fine. Okay. Now then. Now that the nemesis is complete, what do I want to do most? Maybe I should take the naughty sorceress out and then do the sea. There's still this over here with its thundering thing, and I've got the old man in the sea's jar of psychosis, which I never used. And I think I'm just going to bebop my way through here. I don't even care. I'll take them all on. Throw everything you got at me. It's fine. Anyway. Well, Okay then, so it's the first time I fought the naughty sorceress since my first playthrough, because I've been a vampire up till now. But anyway, got that taken care of. Unimportant tasks. Free the king, you know, whenever, or become the new naughty sorceress? Question mark. Yeah, sure, whatever, get out. You're free. You're free! Uh-huh. You are eternally in my debt, or so you say. Until the next time you're kidnapped. Ah, well... I guess it's time to start in on the old man and the sea. Do I need that? I don't need that. I don't need that. I've got this old set of gear over here. Alright. Old man in the sea. Oh, wait a sec. Does the Council of Loathing want to give me a prize? Please? No? Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna let you know when I finally get into the one area of the sea I wasn't allowed to last... oops, I just ended up in the wrong place. My mistake. I meant to be in Ancestral Mini Storage to pull out all my undersea super gear. Do I need this? I don't think I need that. No, what I need is a Merkin sneak mask, probably. Gladiatorial mask, definitely. What else down here is Merkin? I mean, I suppose I could have this super freaking awesome bronze plate. It's pretty good. Or this, even better. Yeah, this is what I was thinking of. There it is, regenerating every hit point. Damage absorption 40. You know, I might need that. I mean, this t-shirt of many colors is pretty cool and all, but, you know, prismatic damage is... It's not enough anymore. Let's see. Probably want one of these dragnets. Probably want the other Merkin weapon too. You never know. Oh wait, there was a couple of things I needed specifically. There was a spade. Oh dear, there's several things I need. If I can remember what they're called. You know, it might be about time for me to think of selling all this crap off. It might actually be worth seriously considering selling all this crap off. What was it called? A trowel? It was a digging implement of some kind, one-handed. Oh, this had to do with the roller skates. This was important. Was it offhand, perhaps? I know it wasn't a ranged weapon. I'm getting close to being able to use this. Anyway, I'm going to go under the sea into an octopus's garden and all that, and had to struggle a little bit not to start singing it. All right. Anyway, we'll continue when we get to the end. I'm gonna have to deal with cowfish and all kinds of stuff. Oh well. Well, apparently it's Porktober 8th. So I was having trouble in the sea, so I took a day to work at the brooding grounds, and I gained a lot of stat points. So I'm expecting the sea to not be quite so hard. Excuse me. Quite so hard when I go back in. So, trick or treating. Oh, I need a costume. Okay, I like the mobile homes over here. Oh, just a house. It's a home, but I don't know if I'd call it a house, but okay. Okay, fine. I'll go in a bugbear costume. Surprise! Trick or treat. So what happens if I change costumes? Hey, cool costume. I get it. Going for irony. Like, last year too early. Next year will be too late, but I think you're pulling it off. Hey, get a load of those. Get them by the truckload. They're so old, man. Our bored kids must have been back when these were a thing. Huh? Type potion. Sugar Rush 5 Adventures. The candy of these things isn't the main draw. The collectible character-shaped dispensers are. Each one comes with a checklist. You'll know exactly how much of your disposable income you need to waste on cheap manufactured plastic trinkets. Huh. Half of them are Pokemon and half of them are Alice's army and a couple peanuts. But none of them are checked. Not quite sure what Alice's army is supposed to be. Looks like Fire Emblem classes or something, I'm not sure. But I do know what Pokemon is. Okay. But what happens if I change my outfit and then I come back? No, still blocked out. Do the different costumes have different effects? It's like a board game. See the thing around it, like Monopoly? Huh. Scope out a new block. 5 adventures. Winto Fresh Mint, of course, because it's just Sugar Rush again, only this one only lasts for 3 adventures. Extreme. Alright. Well, this will probably give me booze. I would expect another Pez dispenser. Alright. Frat Warrior fatigues. Alright, you're gonna react to this, right? Another Pez dispenser. Jeez, just keeps giving me hipsters. Hipsters with crowbars. Alright, Merkin. Hardcore costume. You gotta respect this getup. You gotta. Aha! That's one of the best Merkin costumes I've ever seen. For a second there, I thought I was underwater. I tell you, put a lot of time and effort into putting this together. You even got the proper number of crenellations on the ceremonial headpiece. Feel like you're ready to switch a blade, dodge a ball, drag a net, just like John Paul the Gladiator did in Merkin Arena number 14. What, you haven't read that? Have you read any of the Merkin Arena comics? Aren't you even a little familiar with all the minutiae of Merkin culture? Can't you even tell me Paul George's win-loss ratio from season 17? You're just another stupid poser. Take your candy and go, you disgust me. Muscle plus 30. Not a Sugar Rush, interestingly. A Merkin workout supplement candy. Made with the electrolyte Merkin muscles crave, and the mint that Merkin tongue crave. And since tongues are mostly muscle, the tongue also craves the electrolytes. Just not the tasting part of the tongue, the inside part, where the muscle is. So 5 adventures plus 3 muscle is kind of garbage. So what? Hey, stop, you kids. The name of the Suburban Neighborhood Task Force. Is there a problem? Don't you kids sass me. I know your type. You're out stealing candy, aren't you? No, they give it away free. It's Halloween. You're darn tootin' it's Halloween. No, it's not. This isn't Halloween. Hold on a second. I can prove it. Oh, wow, you're actually kind of tough. Huh. Well, I'm going to take your stuff. Okay. Kablam. I didn't get any stuff. It's not Halloween. It's Porktober. Call it Halloween. Ha! Anyway, didn't get any cool... Oh, another one? What? Back to back? Oh, here we go. Okay. Way more tears pepper spray. Can be used 8 to 10 times before the can is empty. Security flashlight. -10 to monster level as an offhand item. I suppose that has a use. So... you only get candy once, and then you have to change costumes? Is that how it works? Oh, no, here's that again. Kid who is too old to be trick-or-treating. It's my turn first, dude. Halloween's like totally tubular, isn't it? Like, it's all fresh and jiggly and dope, man. Something about the kid just isn't right. Maybe it's the 5 o'clock shadow. Maybe it's the receding hairline with gray patches of the temples. Maybe it's the fact he smells like pipe tobacco and whiskey. Something tells you he's a little too old for trick-or-treating. No, now's not the time to think about how old you are, or might be. Now it's time to kick some grandpa butt. But why? If he wants to go trick-or-treating, let him go trick-or-treating. It's not any of my business. Oh, cool. Milk studs. Huh. These are candies from the supplement aisle at a store you would hate. So it's just plus 15 muscle for 15 adventures. It's kind of... little kids in costumes interrupt your reps to demand candy. Here, choke on it. Give me more stuff. Darn. Anyway, at the Brooding Grounds, I get absolutely insane amount of stat points if I'm willing to work it. It takes a bit of work, but anyway, I don't see a reason to do more trick-or-treating. Alright, I think I'm going to go back in the sea, and we're just going to do a quick test to see how I'm faring. So first of all, I need to get rid of... Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try late game suit. Okay. Better. Oh, not good enough. I need to make a new suit. I'm going to sort out my gear, and then we're going to go test ourselves. Okay, there we go. Equip that. And then I can equip that offhand. And anyway, we'll be right back.